Hello everybody! I made it to Japan and I'm currently in my quarantine hotel room at the moment. It is October the 20th, which is a Wednesday, and it's my third day of being in quarantine. So that means I have only 11 days more to go, yay! So I'll get out on the 1st of November, so not too long away. So I thought I would spend this time to share some experiences with you that I've had thus far. So I guess I'll start with Friday, which is the day that I left Perth to go to Sydney. So it was a little bit weird to go to an airport. We all had to wear masks, of course, and be safe and obviously social distance, and it was a little bit, just a bit strange to be in a place that's, meant to be bustling and full of people excited to go to a new place and travel and have an adventure, but it really wasn't like that at all. It was more like we're all in this group and that's basically it. There was a few other people coming and going, but it was definitely different to what I have experienced before. So we all left as a Perth cohort, so there was 13 of us in Perth, so we all sort of stayed together throughout this whole trip to Japan. So we all checked in our bags and basically just boarded the plane like normal. So we were actually meant to leave on Saturday with Qantas, but Qantas cancelled on us, so we actually went with Virgin the day before. So that meant that we had to stay in Sydney overnight and then arrive in Japan on Sunday. So Friday was a 4.5 hour flight from Perth to Sydney. We were all sort of sitting all next to each other on the plane, but thank goodness it was only half full. So as the plane sort of was taking off, we all got to spread out and have our own aisle to ourselves, so that was great. So I got myself a window seat and just basically listened to some music and looked out the window. It was beautiful. I love looking out the plane windows, looking at the clouds, and it was just quite a cool experience just to be on a plane in general. And it went pretty quickly. Like I sort of just, I think I played the Switch for a little bit. I downloaded a bunch of games before I left, so I made sure I was occupied and entertained. And when we landed, it was about 9 o'clock Sydney time, so that means it was about 6 p.m. in Perth. And the hotel was very kind and kept their kitchen open for us because I think they actually meant to officially close their kitchen at 9 p.m. but they opened a little bit later because we arrived at the hotel at that time. And so that was really, really nice of them to sort of stay open for us. So we all sort of checked in and put our bags all up in our rooms, and we did have our check-in luggage and carry-on at that time, so we had so much to carry around, so that was quite nice that we got that little bit of extra time to relax and just sort of have a nice night before the big flight to Japan. So I went down in the dining hall in the restaurant and ordered some food, some dinner. I got some wedges and salad, I think, and that was pretty good. So I ate that, went back upstairs, and yeah, I didn't really get that much sleep. I found it quite hard to sort of relax a little bit, and I had so many things running through my mind, and I just, did not have any sleep whatsoever. So in the morning, I kind of just got out of bed, did some assignments, and worked on my assessment, and breakfast was provided for us, so we got to pre-order that beforehand, and I got the granola with no yogurt. And when I went to the counter, and the kitchen was so nice, there was only 2 people working there at the time to serve the whole hotel. There was the guy serving coffee and, serving everyone's food, and then there was the chef. And he was so nice. He was just very, very welcoming, and but when everyone seems so shocked when I order my coffee, I have the same coffee every single time, and I order, my go-to coffee is soy latte with 3 sugars, and every time I ask for 3 sugars, people either think I say 2, or they get really shocked when I say 3, but I'm like, it's not that bad. It's just 3 teaspoons of sugar, and the coffee's pretty big, so it's quite funny. But I know sugar's probably not the best for you, but Anyway, I like my coffee sweet, and that's just what I get. So anyway, so he served me my coffee and gave me my granola, and he was like, "Oh, your granola looks a little bit dry." And I was like, because it was just like a bowl of nuts and like oats and stuff. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it kind of does." So he was like, "Would you like a jug of milk?" And I was like, that would be really great, thank you." So I asked for a jug of soy milk, and that was quite good. I poured that over, it was delicious, so it was very nice. And at breakfast time, we met some more JET participants. So the Canberra folk and the people from Adelaide, I believe, joined us. So that was quite good. That was, I think, about an extra 5 people, I think, maybe 5 to 8. So that was good to sort of see the other people from other states as well. So they must have arrived maybe that morning or later than us, or earlier, I don't know. We didn't see them that night anyway, so we got to meet them at breakfast, so that was quite good. So at 11 o'clock we checked out of our hotel and made our way outside to the bus, and yeah, so we got the bus back to the hotel. It was around 11:30 a.m. on Saturday, and we all sort of get out the bus and meet in a group to sort of have a bit of a discussion about when we come back. We have to check in at 6 o'clock. However, during that whole time between like 11:30 and 6:30, we got to just do whatever we wanted in the airport. So after we all kind of dispersed, we met up with the people from Melbourne, and I think Queenslanders as well were there too. And there was one person from Tasmania, so a lot of people were there. There was everybody except for, I think, Sydney people weren't there yet, just because they live in Sydney and they all just came up at around 6 o'clock like everybody else. So it was a big crowd, and there was only one table that had working like power sockets. So we all kind of like using that one single table. There were other tables with power like sockets and things, but they weren't working, so there was only one table, and I think there was about 4 or 6 power plugs on that table, and we all had to sort of share it around to charge our devices and stuff, but we all seemed to work around it. During that time, I did a lot of my assessment that I was working on at that time, and had a coffee. I was going to get, so there was only three restaurants opened, plus McDonald's downstairs. So there was only a Vietnamese place, a Thai place, and like a coffee place. And I got a coffee, of course, and I was gonna get like a Thai meal, but I just did not. It was really hot in the airport, and I didn't feel like anything like that heavy because I knew I was gonna have food on the plane. So I went downstairs, had a bit of an adventure. There was literally nothing open. It was so eerie and weird, and there was like literally no shops open except for the McDonald's downstairs where I was at that time. And so I found a couch that had a power socket behind it. That was good. I charged my laptop on that. And I got some popcorn from the vending machine, and I got a water from McDonald's. So that was good. So that killed some time. And by the time I did all that, it was about 6 o'clock, so I headed back upstairs and checked in all my luggage. So at that time there was like 70 people, I believe, all for the JET program. So we're all like huddling over, lining up and going through the process, and everyone was so nice at the check-in, and there was a man from, I think, the embassy who was taking photos of us and getting all excited. And when we checked in, the ANA gave us these really cool little souvenirs. This one says ganbatte, which means like all the best or do your best, and it's usually used in situations where we would say like good luck or something, so that's really nice. And a little like tag that says, "Best of luck in your JET program experience. We hope you will have an enjoyable flight today, and thank you for choosing ANA." So that's really cute. That was so nice. And yeah, so that was like quite a cool thing to receive. So as we go into the check-in, my bag does get pulled up, and I was like, oh no, like what do I have in here that is that's alerting the security, and I realized that I didn't pull my travel toiletries out, so I had to re-put my bag in, take my toiletries out. Everything was below the 100 ml maximum anyway, so it was all good. I took my bag, repacked everything. It's always such a hassle, like taking everything out, taking your laptop out, your phone, your whatever, and then putting it all, because you put it all so nicely in your bags to make everything fit and and nice, and then you got to take it all out and then put it all back. Anyway, it was fine. So I head to the gate, but I went the wrong way. I turned right instead of left. So I found this kiosk that no one else was at, and I was like, ooh, so I checked it out, and there was a really good sandwich there, so I brought it. It was a sandwich that had hummus, avocado, I think it had beetroot, tomato, and spinach, and it was pretty delicious. It was a good sandwich, and then I discovered that I went the wrong way because I couldn't see anyone else, and literally it was like empty, and I was like, ooh, so I went the other way and I found everybody. So I sat down and surprise, surprise, worked on my assessment because I'm so exciting. But at least it killed some time, and I did get some of it done at least. I was trying to be as productive as I could be to get it out the way. So yeah, I sat there, did that, and then by the time it was around 9 o'clock, I actually went to the gate, and we all got a big group photo with all the JET participants, and it was meant to be posted on the Twitter page of either the embassy or ANA, but I had a look yesterday and I couldn't find it. And I don't know if they're going to actually post it because we are not social distancing whatsoever. We are like sardines. We're all so close. Everyone was like, get closer so like they can get us all in the shot. And I don't think I've been that close to somebody for like forever. And yeah, so I don't think they'll post that photo, but it was pretty cool to sort of see everybody all in the same spot. So we boarded the flight. My seat actually changed to what I thought it was going to be. So I was originally going to be in an aisle seat on the aisle, so that was good, but then my seat changed to a window seat, which was even better because I love window seats. I love looking out the window, so I was very happy that my seat actually changed. I think everybody's seat numbers changed from what we originally were going to be, so my window seat was, I think, one of the only window seats that had no window, and I think I've said window 300 times in that sentence, but it literally was like the wall of the plane, and then there was like a window here and then a window behind me, and then so I had nothing to look out of. But it actually worked out to be okay because like when I leaned on the wall, it didn't like, I don't know, ricochet or like vibrate, so that was good. It actually worked out to be quite nice, and it was dark anyway the whole flight. It was like pitch black, so you couldn't see anything out the window anyway, so it worked out okay. So the reason why they changed our seats was, I think, because they wanted us to have a spare seat in between us all. So it was me and then spare seat and then somebody else, and that was the same across the whole flight. So it worked out to be quite good and spacious. The airplane was just so nice and spacious. The seats were comfy. There was entertainment on the plane, so that was great. And I made sure I at least tried to watch a movie. So I watched Cruella, Disney's Cruella, and I wanted to watch it when it was out in the cinema, but I didn't get a chance to. So I decided to watch it on the plane, and it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. It was not what I expected. But it had a great storyline, some good acting, some cute dogs, and yeah, it was good. It was a good film. If you like 101 Dalmatians and you want to see like an alternate perspective from Cruella and her sort of side of the story, it's a good movie. And yeah, I enjoyed it, so that was good. So I watched that. Then the plane food got served to us, and of course I got a vegan meal, and it was really good. It was a lot of food, and I felt like obligated to eat everything, and I regretted it later because my stomach felt so queasy afterwards. I was like, oh, I regret eating all this food, but it was good at the time. So I got like a pasta and like a bunch of side things, and then they also gave us like a pack of like a breakfast pack with fruit, muesli bar, sultanas, and like a bread roll. So that was good. I saved that for later. And took the muesli bar and sultanas for like when I got to the hotel, because I don't think I could have fit everything in. So that was quite good. It was a nice little treat to get some plain food. I know some people don't like it, but I personally always liked it. Like, I thought it was kind of cool to open up the little tin foil container thing and like see what surprise you get. So that's good. And then for the rest of the flight, I did try and have some sleep, but I just could not get any sleep at all. And so I basically just listened to music and watched the screen with like the plane map from Sydney to Japan. And I just watched the cycle of like time, like distance, tailwind, whatever. And I watched that for like 6 to 7 hours, so that was good. I saw the whole plane route before my very eyes, so that was good. So when the plane landed, it was about, I think, a 9.5, or about 9-hour flight, I'm pretty sure. So it wasn't that bad. It did go pretty quickly. My legs were starting to get sore toward the end, but that's normal. And yeah, so the plane landed, and to actually get from the airport to our hotel was the most tedious process, and just, it was a bit stressful. Like, there was a lot of documents that we had to prepare before we actually departed Perth. So we had to bring all of these documents, made sure we printed them off, and made sure they were all correct and formatted right, and we had the PCR test the day before we left and all this stuff, so we had to present that to about 4 or 5 different desks. It was a pretty like quick process. They were very efficient, but it was just I guess a matter of remembering the documents to present and to bring and to make sure they were correct and all that stuff. And it was really hot as well in the airport. It was like we're all sweating, or like, oh, like where's some aircon? And we're like, you know, I don't think there was any aircon at the airport in that particular space. And it was such a long walk from like the plane to the, I don't know what you would call it, the desks and stuff. That area of the airport was it was like a maze. But anyway, we did it, and then the final step of after showing all of our documents and stuff was the rapid COVID test. So that was basically you have to spit in this vial, like this tube, and then present it to one of the airport workers. And I'm sure they would have loved doing that job. So it's probably not the best thing to do. Poor people. But anyway, we did it, and we had to wait about 30 minutes or so for our results to come. So like a number was presented on the screen, and once our number showed, we would then walk up to the desk and hopefully receive a negative result. So yes, receiving the negative result was a big relief. Never been so happy to receive negative before. And I think everybody, as far as I know, got a negative result, which is great. So we all got to leave the airport. We then went to immigration after that. So we had to present another document, and at immigration we got our resident card, which was super cool. So this has my name, my date of birth, and that I am an instructor. So that means I'm a resident here for a certain amount of time, which is so cool. It's like a little ID card. So that was great, and I'm glad that they used the picture from my visa, because at least it's semi-decent, because the photo that they took at the immigration was terrible. Like, I saw it and I was like, ooh. Please don't post that anywhere. I was all sweaty and red and like aeroplane hair, and I was a mess. So I'm so glad that they used that photo. Anyway, so we went through, we picked up our bags. The airport workers were very kind and took all of our bags and just put them on the floor, rather than them spinning in the carousel the whole time. So that was very nice. So we took our bags to customs, and the poor guy at customs opened up my passport. I was ready to open up all my bags for him and like let him see everything to make sure everything was fine that I was taking inside Japan. But instead he opened my passport and he was like, what are all these receipts? Like, you're meant to take all these receipts out of your passport and like declare them. And I was like, these are from about 5 years ago. Like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that I had to do that because I just thought they were all like tax-free receipts. Like when I bought things from Japan last time, you can like claim tax-free if they're like over a certain amount, and if you show your passport and stuff. So they're all like receipts from all those years ago, from all these places that I had been to, and I was like, oh my god. So he was like taking ages to rip them all out, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I would have done this I would have done it for you if I had have known. Anyway, so I think because he spent so much time doing that, he didn't even check my bag. So that was good. I was pretty happy I didn't have to like rummage through everything again. So went through that pretty easily, and then we met some very lovely people that gave us this envelope. So inside this envelope was a like a luggage tag and like a jet ID and a sticker. I didn't actually know that we had that. So we have a sticker and like some luggage tags and this really cool lanyard that we got as well that we have to wear inside this hotel to identify ourselves, and of course like hotel information and stuff. So that was really cool. So after we received that, we had to put the luggage tag on our luggage, of course, and head downstairs to the bus. So the bus, we had to sit separately, so we couldn't sit anyone next to each other. I wanted to sit in the front of the bus so I could get like a good view. I really enjoy sitting at the front of the buses, but we weren't allowed to, so I had to sit in the middle of the bus, so it was okay. So I sat in the middle of the bus, and it was about a 20-minute bus ride from the airport to Shinjuku. So that was nice to see a little bit of Japan, like a little sightseeing tour after we got out the airport. So that was good. And it was raining as well, actually, while we were on the bus. And as we arrived at the hotel, the very kind bus driver was like, oh, like you guys can all wait here. And he was so nice. Him and somebody else, I think it was a hotel worker, was taking all of our luggage up for us, like in the rain. They're getting wet, and probably their muscles are getting sore and their backs are probably aching, and I was like looking at them thinking, oh my god, like I can get my stuff, like I'm so sorry. You have to go through the rain and like take, I don't know, about 20 different luggages out of this bus that's like 23 kilos each. Anyway, so that was so nice. So then we all got out of the bus and went to a training room. So we all sat down, and it was about a 10-15 minute like, you know, spiel about what was expected of us, what we have to do at the hotel. And upon arriving there, we got given this jet bag, which has a lot of documents and things like that inside of it, which is just, I'll explain a little bit about that later. And we also got given this smartphone to rent, so we have to give it back, so it's not actually ours. But on this smartphone, we have to have these apps. So there's one called the COVID-19. I forgot what it's called. It's like our version of the WA Safe app, basically. So it's a Bluetooth working app, and you can check the close contacts of people that you've been around, and it will say no close contacts with COVID-19 positive users. So that's great. So you can check that every day to make sure you haven't passed anyone with COVID. It's a really nice positive affirmation for your day. So that's good. That's a nice little app to have. I have that on my own phone as well while I'm here. And we also have the My SOS app, which is the most important one, which I can't open. Oh, here we go. So My SOS app, it is a very frightening app because you have to check in every time you get an alert, and it's random. Like, it's not like every day at 8 o'clock you get the alert. It's like a random time. So you have to make sure this phone is with you at all times, and then you have to say, I'm here, and you have to report your health condition. And this is a little bit strange because when I click I'm here, it says that we have detected that you are not at your quarantine location. You may be violating your pledge to the government authority. Please return immediately to your quarantine location. And that freaks me out because I I have been here this whole time and I don't know how to fix it. I have asked the Jet help desk and they just said it was okay, so I hope it's okay. And then also randomly they will call you, they'll like send you a little alert to say we're gonna call you in like a minute or so, please answer your phone with video. So you answer the phone and you basically, it's a 30-second video call. It's not actually to somebody, it's just like a video recording that they, I guess it gets sent to the government, and you like have to say, I'm in my quarantine location at blah blah blah, I hope you have a great day, stay safe, thank you, or something, I don't know, something like that. It's something that fills up the whole 30 seconds. I don't really know what to say during that time, so I just like show them my room. I'm like, here's my room, for 30 seconds, and then that's it. So that's pretty cool. And then, so inside the bag, we got given like a lot of information, booklets, and this really cool book. So this is one of my favorite things that we received. It's called Japan, How We Breathe and How Our Hearts Beat. So it's really quite nifty. It's got really beautiful illustrations. It's got some really great articles in here. There's one on page 22 called Wise Around Momo no Seku, which is really cool, Momo. And yeah, it's just got some great things about events of the year, ceremonies, Star Festival, there's just interviews, just heaps of really cool things to read, and I'm actually really looking forward to reading this. So that's a really good thing in the book, in the bag. And also inside the bag is just like heaps of booklets, training modules, things to sign up to, rules, regulations, all that kind of stuff. Little pocket emergency things. We've been given a lot of training about emergency procedures, like about earthquakes or tsunamis, things like that. So it is quite handy. It's all really helpful. It's just a lot of information. It's a big overload of stuff. So what I've done is I've taken this sheet of paper that has when we can go to the kiosk and when we can do the laundry, because we have set allocated times that we can go up there for a few hours during our allocated dates. And I've written like all these to-do lists on there. There's a lot to do. So basically the rules of the hotel is, where do I start? So, okay, so from Monday to when we, see, here's the alert. Please report that you're currently here. I'm here. But it says that message, I'm telling you. Anyway, I don't understand. Strange. So, okay, so the rules of the hotel. We have to only leave our rooms at 11 o'clock to get a temperature check every day. So we head up to the 34th floor to, with our masks on, of course. We have to wear our masks everywhere that we go that's like a public place or outside of our actual room. So we head up there, we basically just enter the room, check in our name, stand in front of the screen and it says our temperature, and then we just walk out and go back to our room. Also from 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock, the bins are available outside of our room. In Japan, they have very different ways of sorting out their rubbish. So they have incombustibles, combustibles, PET bottles, like plastic bottles, and I think they have something else, but they're the three bins that we have to like distribute our rubbish in. So it's really confusing at first to know what goes into what, and like what bottles are okay, what plastics are okay. So it's quite confusing. That's even a confusing element to cause some more stress. But once you get used to it, I suppose it's not that bad. So we can empty our bins at that time. Every 4th day, our room will get cleaned. So my cleaning day for my room was on Monday. So my next cleaning day will be tomorrow. So we have to wear our masks while the cleaners are in our room, cleaning our rooms and replenishing like toiletries and things that we might have used. And then meal times, so we get 3 meals a day, and that's from Monday all the way until we, exit quarantine. So on Sunday, when we actually arrived here, we had no food served to us. So I was a little bit concerned on that Sunday because I was looking at the in-room dining menu and everything is very expensive on this menu. And nothing is like vegan as far as I know. Like there are maybe some steamed rice and like a salad, but nothing like substantial. So I was getting a little bit worried about the kind of meals that would get served, because I saw someone order a steak that night, a steak and some chips, and it was like 4,000 yen, and the serving size was it was quite tiny. So I was like, oh no. So I filled up on muesli bars that night, and just drank some coffee that I took with me as well. So I was getting a little bit worried about the meals, but I was very pleasantly surprised when breakfast came. So breakfast comes between 7 a.m. and I think 8:30 a.m. and they basically deliver it to your front door on this hook and ring your doorbell, and they like literally quickly escape, because as soon as I open my door, I'm so quick as well, like I am sitting here and the door's just over there, and as soon as the doorbell rings, I like get up and open the door. But no one's there. Like I swear they must run. They must like bolt as soon as they like deliver the thing. Anyway, so you obtain your food, and as soon as I opened it up, I saw there was a vegan sticker on the little box, and I was like, oh, this is good. This is a good start. And I opened up the box and it was something really good. And food so far has been absolutely delicious. It's been great. It's been filling. And I'm super impressed and very thankful that the food is A, vegan, B, good and delicious, and C, there's a good variety. Like I haven't had like the same thing twice so far, so that's really good. So lunch gets served between 11 in the morning and 1:30, I believe, so between 11 and 1:30, and dinner gets served between 5 and 6:30. I'm pretty sure, so roughly around those times anyway. So you definitely will not go hungry, and so far that it's been really good. I've been thoroughly impressed with the meals. Yeah, it's been great. And so the kiosk, I think I mentioned the kiosk earlier. So we also have allocated times that we can go upstairs to the 34th floor. There's like a little room with a special jet kiosk with mostly ramen, snacks. There's some drinks in there too, and there's like little chocolate cakes and like nuts, but there's only a few things that are vegan. So I brought some miso soup and popcorn the other day, so that was good. I also brought some water and laundry detergent for when I can do laundry. So also in regards to laundry, you have allocated days and times for that too. So my allocated date is tomorrow between like 1 p.m. and 10 o'clock. Yep, between 1 and 10 o'clock at night. So I can do my laundry tomorrow, which is good. What other rules are there? That's basically, oh right, yes. So the other rule is we had a PCR test, so we have to have a COVID test. We have one today, and we'll have another one next week as well. So we have to sort of get a cotton bud swab and put it inside your cheeks, and then like get this tube and put the swab inside the tube, swirl it around a bit, seal up the tube, put that tube in a plastic bag, and then that plastic bag in another plastic bag, and then put that in a box. So make sure it's protected and no one can get infected in case you do have the virus. So yeah, it's a good safety precaution, and yeah. So Sunday night, I basically came into my room after the training session, put all my stuff down, had a shower, had a coffee, and basically just had like a 5-hour nap. I was just knackered. So I woke up at around like 6, 7 o'clock at night. I think I had like a muesli bar or something for dinner, and just went on my laptop for a bit and then just slept again. So I was pretty tired, I guess, on Sunday when I arrived, and the bed is super comfortable. This hotel room in general is amazing. Super lucky to be able to be in such a great hotel. The view is amazing. You can see Mount Fuji every single day. I have been able to see Mount Fuji, which has been so cool. And it's just a beautiful mountain. It's just so nice to see the mountain summit at like in the distance with the buildings, and the sunsets have been beautiful. This morning in particular, there were like helicopters flying back and forward to the building opposite this. And I don't know what they were flying for, but there was like, I reckon there was like 5 helicopters, and they were super loud and big. Like you can see them really big in the sky. It's pretty cool. You can see like everything down there. So Monday I woke up at around 7 o'clock to my doorbell ringing with my breakfast. So I ate that, I had a shower, and then I got straight on my laptop and started to do some training. So we got given this orientation schedule with all of the different training and things we must do on a daily basis. And then once you do your training, you fill out a survey to say your feedback and responses and just anything else that you want to add in there to make sure that you actually are doing the training to keep you accountable. So I did that. Had a little bit of a break. I had lunch as well, of course, and then I had my first Zoom meeting with my contracting organisation school. So at 3 o'clock I had that Zoom meeting with them. I met 6 out of the 8 English teachers for that school. I learnt that the school I'm going to is called Arima High School. And it's got 10s, 11s and 12s, and it's got over 800 students. So that's huge. That's a really big school for only 3 year groups. And I'm really looking forward to meeting all the students, all the staff members as well. Those staff seem so lovely and kind, and one of them invited me to do a open day presentation for them this coming Saturday. So that's just like an extra additional thing that they asked me to do. And I was of course more than happy to do it. I'm very excited to be able to participate in that and see what it's like and introduce myself and meet other people there as well. And yeah, so I have to make a presentation for that. And she was testing out the Zoom like configuration, trying to get my face on the screen at their school, and she got it to work, which was great. So we did that. It was only a really quick little meeting, so I just met everybody, got to hear a bit about themselves, and it was really great. So then Monday after that, I had a lot of spare time, I guess, that I felt a little bit bored, and I wanted a break from doing my assignments and doing orientation videos, so I had some fun in my room. So I will let you watch a little compilation video of what I got up to between like 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock at night. So have fun watching that. And so after that little shenanigan, I had dinner, and I then worked on my assessment, my uni assessment. So I really wanted to get that done like as soon as possible. I had been working on it all the way through the airplane ride, the airport, so I just wanted to get it out the way because just wanted to submit it. So I didn't go to bed until about 3:30 in the morning. I just wanted to submit it and get it out the way, and I did, so that's good. So I finally did that. I've only got one more assessment to go now, so I've been working on that, and that's due Monday, so I've got plenty of time, plenty of time to do that. So I was quite tired on Tuesday, so I woke up at 7 o'clock again to retrieve my breakfast, but I put it on the bench because I was not going to eat that at 7 o'clock. I went straight back to bed, got up at about 9 o'clock, I think, and then had my breakfast and a shower and got my temperature check and emptied my bins. And on Tuesday as well, it was a busy day, so I did all my orientation videos and training, And we also got this extra British Council training, like I think it's like an e-module or like e-learning, and once you do all the modules you get a certificate. So I did all of the modules. I think there was like maybe 20-ish to do, so I smashed those out. And then after I did that, I realized that they were part of the orientation schedule, that I wasn't actually meant to do them all until like Friday, so I've done them like 4 days in advance, so that's good. I got those out of the way real quick. So at about 3 o'clock I had a meeting with one of the teachers from the school who's been helping me throughout this entire process. She's super helpful and really kind and nice, and she was giving me a lot more information about what to expect, and like internet and banking and the attire that people wear at the school. So I asked what kind of clothing they might wear, and they wear like just smart casual there, which is great. Nothing too formal or fancy. And I asked like what shoes like that you could wear, because I brought my Vans and I don't really have high heels or anything. And she was like, oh, some teachers wear Crocs. And I was like, that is so cool, because I brought Crocs, and if teachers wear Crocs and they allow me to wear Crocs, I'm going to wear Crocs to school. Like, I'm going to be comfortable, and I love wearing Crocs, and I was just so happy to hear that. So that's really great. And she also gave me some lessons to prepare. So I have to prepare a lesson about gender representation, gender equality. So that should be really interesting and quite a like in-depth topic to talk about and discuss. Because year 10s, 11s and 12s, they're quite advanced. Like they talk about some really serious issues, and a lot of, yeah, like just informative things about like just world culture and environmentalism, things like that. So it's a really quite interesting topic to be talking about. And another thing I must prepare is some reading, writing, speaking, listening activities and materials, because students will be doing a test on the 20th of December, and they are, at the moment they're preparing for this, so I must help them to study and remember some phrases and grammar points and vocabulary. So that should be quite fun to help them prepare for that. And also there's another group of students that are going to an elementary school and teaching them, so it's like a peer sort of teaching situation, reciprocal teaching, and I'm going along to that, which I'm super excited to see and to experience, and to see what how students approach this kind of task and see how they respond to each other. And it's going to be a really cool thing to see to help out with. So that's really cool. So there's a lot of things to prepare and to get ready for and to do during quarantine. There's a lot to do. It's been quite an information overload. It's been a little bit overwhelming. There's been a lot of things just to remember, a lot of rules and regulations to adhere to, and to make sure that we do the orientation, the training, and of course keep in contact with people and everything else. But I think it's just a matter of doing one thing at a time, and just like ticking things off a list, and just taking it, you know, step by step, and not thinking about every little thing that you have to do all at once, because otherwise you'll go crazy. And yeah, so anyway, after that I had dinner, and then I had a university online tutorial. It was so nice to be able to talk to my tutor and a couple of other students as well that was on the Collaborate, and it was just a very informative tutorial, and I really enjoy these workshops that we have, and I was really glad I could actually participate in this one. It was all about reporting to parents, and different ways that we can write feedback and stuff like that to students and to parents, and I just thought it was great. So it was a nice little end to the day. So after such a long day, I decided to sort of have a bit of a wind down, watch some Japanese TV, experience NCIS in Japanese. So that was kind of cool. I watched a little bit of Adventure Time as well. I've been finding as well a lot of my YouTube ads that I've been like, when I watch YouTube videos, the ads are now in Japanese, which is so cool. So there's been a lot of Domino's ads in Japanese, and just some random other ads that I've just found interesting to watch, because it's I've never seen the ads before, so I quite like watching them. Then I FaceTimed my mum and sister back in Perth, and I got to see my pets. I got to see Amarola, Vincent, Momo. I got to see Tess and Julian and O'Malley. So I got to see everybody back there, and seems like they're doing okay. And yeah, I miss the animals. They're really cute. They were being cute on the camera, so that was really cool. And then I watched Netflix and just ate my popcorn and fell asleep. So then this morning, I woke up and did my PCR test straight away. So you couldn't eat breakfast or do your teeth before you did that. You had to like swab your cheeks and then put your saliva in the thing. So that was a bit gross, but I did it. And then I had breakfast and a shower, and then I attended a mandatory Zoom meeting, which was all about elementary school, and the presenter showed us different ways that we can read stories to elementary school students, and different tactics and role play, and he was very, very good with the way that he presented himself and used different accents and expressed his voice and showed things in the pictures, asked questions, things like that. It was very informative. It was a little bit similar to how we read stories in story time at the library. So it, you know, I had a little bit of experience in that, so that was good. We went into breakout rooms and we had a bit of practice with a couple of other people there. There was about 60, I think 50 or 60 people in that Zoom call, all participating and joining in. So that was really great. So we have 2 more of those types of Zoom meetings. I have one tomorrow and one, I think, next Monday. The next one is about junior high school, and the following one senior high school. So the last one will be a little bit more relevant to me, but they're all really helpful and informative. And I found that the training is a lot of stuff that I've learnt during my Master of Teaching degree. So it's a lot of things about role play, presentations, how to present information to students, how to help Japanese students remember vocabulary or phrases, and help them interact with each other. A lot of collaboration, a lot of explicit teaching, that kind of stuff. A lot of the videos just sort of demonstrate how to teach, and it's been really good to see how a Japanese teacher teaches in their classrooms. So it's all been really quite helpful and informative, really great resources to use, and really good sort of recap of everything that I have learned previously, and sort of just presented in a different way than I'm used to. So it's been really good information. So yeah, so I've done all my orientation training that I needed to get done today. I did that yesterday. I jumped the gun there a little bit and just did some stuff early. So it was really quite good. And yeah, so that's basically it. It's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I missed anything out, but if I did, I apologize. It's probably an information overload for you guys. I'm so sorry. You're probably feeling stressed just hearing about it, but it's fine. So yeah, that's basically quarantine life at the moment. So yeah, 11 days more to go. And yeah, it's been quite good so far. I've quite enjoyed just being in this room by myself the whole time. It's been quite good, and the food's been good, the bed's been comfortable, plenty of things to do, so it's not like I'm bored or anything. So yeah, I hope everyone else, wherever you are doing well and staying safe and having fun doing whatever you're doing. And I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you will see me in the next one as well. I'll hopefully maybe post another one next week about anything else that might have happened between now and, I don't know, next Wednesday or something. If anything else interesting happens, I'll let you know. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and stay safe, keep well, and all the best. See you later. Sayonara.